Assalamualaikum and good morning to Madam Dalila and to all of my friends. We are from Group 4 and we choose TUGU Peringatan Kalabakan, which is Konfrontasi Malaysia-Indonesia in Tawau. But first, we will introduce ourselves and our role. My name is SITI HAZNIEZZA NASHYUAFA BINTI JANI. My metric number C20A1600. I will be a moderator. Panel 1, please introduce yourself.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is NURUL NABIHAH binti AMAT. Metric number is C20A1361.
Thank you. Panel 2.
Hello, my name is Rijalman Husman. My metric number C20A1406.
Thank you. So, first of all, we are choosing TUGU Peringatan Kalabakan in Tawau. The Indonesia-Malaysia confrontation was a conflict resulting from Indonesia political and military opposition to the formation of the Federation of Malaya, now West Malaysia, to the formation of the Federation of Sabah and Sarawak, collectively known as the British Borneo, on September 1963. This incident took place in daerah Kalabakan, Tawau, Sabah. Kalabakan is famous for the 1963 Indonesia-Malaysia confrontation incident, which took place on 29 December 1963. And this incident killed an officer and 7 members of plantation, 1 company A3 RAMD, while 18 others members were injured. This is a very terrible history and will always be remembered. So, why should we preserve the place or monuments? We need to preserve this historic place because this can give an example and listen to the community, especially to teenagers who have a weak spirit of patriotism. In addition, it will also be an attraction for researchers who study history, and it can also attract tourists. Okay, we will move to panel 1. How do we preserve cultural heritage in our country?
Culture has an ancient origin and its lifespan goes back thousands of years. Culture has a life of its own. It cannot be broken or destroyed by anyone, and those of the present can only be guardian before passing it on the next generation. Culture, as we know it, play a vital role in very society as it helps retain the historical memory of age. It can be a part of the national culture aspiration of a national. Behind the economic activity, they survive a culture that sustains the economic community. So, the first thing of preserve culture join local club and association tied to your culture. There are also be an opportunity to volunteer for organization of group that work with people from your culture community. So may focus on recent emerging or work with partner organization in your home country. They will help you create strong ties to your heritage, will given back to the community. Other than that, we can maintain culture traditional by sharing it with others. We all have traditional that we grew up with, whether they daily habits, celebration of food. A perfect way to preserve your traditional is to continue practice them in your new home. There is nothing better than share the traditional you love with friend or college in your new home. You can do this by bringing homemade treats to your office or hosting traditional event with your friend.
Thank you. Now, how are historical tourist attractions promoted in Malaysia?
Next point is how are historical tourists attract to promote in Malaysia. People love to travel to different exotic places around the world, and they will only be able to know about their place when they are being promoted by the country. Malaysia is considered as one of the most popular places to visit in ASEAN region. The Visit Malaysia Year 2020 campaign is an initiative designed to attract more tourists to the country by highlighting its deserved culture and marketing itself as one of Asia's must-visit destinations. In addition, every local and regional tourism office has a website, so are more in-depth than others, but they usually have listing for the some category. This is where visitor can find the contact information for specific attraction and business, as well as picture and description. Most websites also have event calendar that showcase festival, performance, even seminar taking place across the region. Next is guides. Most tourism office still distribute thousands of printer voucher via welcome center, through stops and visitor requests, through gorgeous photo and captivating language guide or voucher paint an overall picture of what a visitor can expect. Many also offer an spec if you want to stand out in front of illustration audience.
Thank you, panel 1. I will move to panel 2. Okay, why is it important to protect archaeological sites?
Thanks to the moderator for asking me a question. Okay, so the answer to your question of why it is important to protect and preserve the findings of archaeological sites is human. To be human is to be curious, questioning, and inquisitive. People and cultures are living histories that have great temporal depth and inspire inquisitiveness and educate us on a number of levels. The importance of maintaining this site to prove the existence of past humans, past cultures, and the way they adapted to their environment. Archaeological discoveries in Sabah, such as the confrontation event in Kalabakan, have successfully placed Malaysia on the archaeological map of the world. According to one figure, archaeology is a systematic study of the past based on material culture with the aim of uncovering, describing and classifying cultural relics, describing the forms and behaviors of past societies and understanding human history. This archaeological site can also increase knowledge and increase understanding to be used as a lesson so that the community can serve the country. In addition, this historical heritage becomes a memory of life, and Malaysia joined the World Heritage Committee in 2011. The World Heritage Committee (WHC) is the most prestigious committee at the UNESCO level and is comprised of 21 World Heritage Sites. Every archaeological finds, such as monuments and heritage sites, will continue to be preserved and maintained in full accordance with the National Heritage Act 2005. Thank you.
And what if there were no monuments?
Alright, the next question is, what if there were no monument? I think it will not be able to provide examples and lessons to society, especially to teenagers who have a weak spirit of patriotism. Although some of the old buildings only show black events, but if we appreciate the history behind the building and take lesson from the black events that have happened, we will move forward without repeating the mistakes that have happened by previous societies. For example, the memorial fort in Kalabakan was built after capturing Malaysia from being colonized by Indonesia can be used as a lesson. The capture occurred due to conflict resulting from Indonesian political and military opposition to the formation of Malaysia or the unification of the Federation of Malaya with the British. Therefore, historic buildings are very important. In shaping the minds of the younger generation in the country, especially towards the appreciation of the country's heritage and treasures. Historic buildings and monuments are assets that should be preserved and inherited from one generation to another. With the presence of historic buildings, the new generation will be more appreciative and sensitive to the historical development of the country. This will form a society that is sensitive to any demolition and destruction of historic buildings. The government needs to gazette historic buildings as buildings that need to be preserved. So, if there is any party who wants to demolish or destroy the historic building, will be subject to legal action.
Thank you, panel 2. In conclusion, a historic place is a place that has many interesting events and stories. Hopefully, we can become a Malaysian who love the patriotic spirits. That's all. Thank you.